Okay, today we will be checking out the Friday Night Funkin' mod hit single reel, Silly Billy. And this is more of an art analysis, not even analysis, just why I think it's cool, what I find interesting about it, how it complements the music or song or the overall music video. So if you want to see music reactions, I can link a bunch in the description, and a link to the original video will be, of course, in the description as well. Let's just start. I might pause a lot and take a minute to just be like, ooh, that, this, and that. But let's just start. Silly Billy. He's walking down the hall. Sees a reflection of himself. Even right there, he's just walking down a dark hall. Stuff's going on. You hear the little startup music. It's getting ready. But to me, this really reminds me of Take on Me. Or at least the music video portion where the hand comes out of the drawing or whatever as they come in and then the girl goes in. Almost kind of reminds me of that. Or maybe he's walking down the hallway reflecting on life, or I don't know. First off, real quick, this mod, after seeing the video, it looks really good. It's really well done. Both the music, art, everything. It almost reminds me of like a post-game thing, or like after you win the game, maybe like in Final Fantasy games, or even like certain MMOs where there's optional bosses in a raid dungeon that's harder than the actual like final or story progression boss. A good example of that would be Jindo or whatever from freaking Zul or Zul'Gurub in World of Warcraft, or like the Final Fantasy IV games, the Monster on the Moon, Super Mario RPG, QLX, you know, the list goes on. Just a really hard optional boss. This is the vibes it kind of gets. But we'll continue and take a look. He knocks himself out. It's right here. It's like, holy shit, what is going on? So just to stop on that, he's just look at the mirror. Then he gets knocked back by a microphone because he thought he was looking at his reflection. But it's like, I don't know if it's like a bizarro version of him, or it's like self-reflection, or like Dark Link, or maybe it's like his shadow and he needs to do some shadow work, or yeah, literally do some shadow work, or just literally another version of him. But I just take it as like a bizarro version of him. But if you look at him, he looks very worn out, very zombie-like. His even though he has a shirt, a dark red long sleeve shirt, you still see the artistic choice of showing his maybe decaying body or just his bone structure. But it's really interesting that through the clothing you even see like the muscle and body tone and everything. His shirt's, I'm assuming it's supposed to be a parody, a bizarre version like of the main character. But as you see, he has black scleras, which is always very interesting. And then he has the white for the eyes. Almost looks like a little bright halo, or in like Darkest Dungeon when you get stressed healed. And if you look at the bottom where the meter is, I don't know, just his side of the icon, his little avatar down there is really cool. His bar is really radical, has red to fill it up. So just every little artistic choice here just really impacts the overall theme. I mean, of course, it's the music, it's the gameplay, everything, but just essentially I look at this as like a music video. And we take a look over here. He even has some scars on his face. I don't know, it's a very stylish choice they did for him, and I think it's really, really cool. And then his shirt's all beat up, ripped up. It just, I don't know, he just gives me zombie vibes. He even has the cool hat that reminds me of Barefoot Gin, or if people are more familiar with JoJo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where the hat's often fused with the hair, because if you see at the back of the top left of the hat, it has like, it just looks like hair. Unless it's just really beat up, but either way, just really cool stuff. He looks like some zombie version of you, so it's just like, take a look and keep going. And I really love just the animations, the time they took to put into it. It's a good place to pause just real quick. See how his hand, just look at Silly Billy, his hand in his pocket. Again, the muscle tone on his arms and everything, just looks like he's starving and decaying, like again, almost like a zombie-like, or just very famished. I don't know why it got to me, the shoes. He just has untied shoelaces. I don't know why that stuck out to me a lot, because you see the main character here doesn't even have laces, but Let's take a look at the background and everything. So you have the floor, the checkered ground. So just, it really sets the tone, the lighting, even the artwork. He came out of the mirror. Is it a gateway? Is it just a mirror of reflection? Like, I don't know, it just seems like a very good stage and setting. And it even reminds me a little bit of Undertale when you fight Sans, but that's just because that fight you also had the checkered ground in that hallway or corridor. But this Silly Billy is just, I don't know, it's too good, but let's continue. Got the progression of the song too. And also, one thing to point out with the earlier at the beginning, the intro where he's walking down the hallway, there's no sound. It's all just music beat up, but it's music ramping up. I guess the starting, because the only time the sound gets introduced is when Silly Billy picks up the microphone and does the countdown, and that begins the, say, the match, if you will. So I think that's another stylish, artistic choice to do, because I would have preferred some sound of him maybe getting knocked by the microphone, falling down, getting up, walking down the hallway, footsteps, but I feel like that would also take away from the build-up and the tension that was coming. It was like a nice just way to start, even though I would prefer like noises and audio cues, but again, it really sets the tone and mood of what's coming, because then all the noises and sound effects and music song hits you the second he picks up the mic and he gives you the countdown. So it's like, get ready, shit's getting real. Here we go. So very fun, but also just again, just notice little tidbits of these artistic choices that they made. But again, loving all of it. But things are going to get good in the video in a second when we get to the next segment, so we'll just continue now. Should be coming up soon, and then we can really break down some more analyzation. Also like the dark hallway. And one more thing real quick, his avatar down there is really smiling, has a good smug, he's happy, he's chill. It's like, is he out for your soul? Is he out just to jam? Is this like your final... I don't know, there's so much lore to this probably, but I'm not going to dive into the lore because I'm just here to talk about artwork. Or maybe even the music. I know the lore can theoretically add to it, but I'm just more interested in the artwork at hand. I just like the little smug face he's got down there at the bottom with his meter. Should be coming up soon, phase 2. Okay, right there. The music even takes a break. It does a little build up, and then he twirls around and becomes smaller, and he looks more even identical or more like main character or boyfriend, I think his name is. But it's just really funny because now this is like, oh, this isn't some like doppelganger. This is literally like a Bizarro version or actual other version of you. And I just think it's really cool how he spins down to shrink, and now he matches to it. Even his avatar down there at the bottom, the meter's going to change, and then it's like phase 2 of like a raid boss. It's like, okay, phase 2 is on, and I don't know, just adds to it, because they didn't, theoretically, if people want to analyze it deeper, like, they didn't need to do that. But again, all artistic choice, style. It's a good way to segue into the next section of the song, or like phase, I guess, because I treat this like as a raid boss in like WoW or something. Like, okay, we're going to phase 2, and then even the tempo of song, everything changes a little bit, and then we'll see just the animation and frames and everything. There's his pinky out with the microphone. That's at the bottom. Let me pause. At the bottom there, his avatar now, he's matching more like a kid version of himself, and he has even more angry smug. He's like, shit's getting on. I thought that was just really cool, because again, They could have just kept it the same. No, they chose to change it and add every little bit of flavor they did really help this out to help complement the song. Just, I guess, the progression of the entire video. My shoelaces are still untied. Like his idle animation. Okay, we have to go rewind a tiny bit because he kicks out of himself and starts expanding to grow up again. And now his avatar down there is like super angry or like even more intense. So again, entering phase 3, and every little thing they did really helps. I'm just gonna try to pause and get to the frame where he's growing up again. So look at that, he kicks up, his leg extends, his arms are extending, you know, just transforming back, I guess, into his taller, normal self. I just thought it was really cool because there's so many ways to express this. There's so many ideas. You can not even do anything. He could just like poof, go back. You can do something simple like Naruto cloud transformation, or he just reverts, like he just grows and basically tweens an animation back to his old self. But I really like how they just freaking had this creative way to make him transform back. And he just does basically revert back, but he kicks, extends, and then he's sprouts up really fast. But again, so many ways to do it, so many ways to express it. So I thought it was really cool that they went with this route and took the extra time and love to really just make it all come together. Let's see if I can get another frame. Oh yeah, he stomps on the ground, he's fully back, and then, I don't know, just really cool because he just, it speaks for itself almost, just how cool it was. And now we're entering phase 3, so phase 4 I'll have a little bit more to say. I just like the dark hallway so much. It's like an ominous, almost like final battle, optional boss vibes. Seems like he's out for blood or out for your soul. Maybe he's out to take over your body. I don't know. But just really cool. And when we get to phase 4, more towards the ending, we can break down a little more because there's a little more visuals going on than the actual arrows and rhythm part. Almost there. And now his avatar changes again. And now he's like smiling smug. So I didn't even notice that until now, actually, because I watched this or I mostly listened to this song, but now his avatar down there is like more smug, looks more doped up, like he, or I don't know, squinting, smiling, whatever. But again, another change, even though we're still in phase 3. Just again, I know most people, if you're playing the game or the rhythm part, you're paying attention to getting your score, you know, everything. Or if you're just listening to this as a song, you're just listening to it. So it's very fun to see just little things like this in the video help all bring it together, especially for people for a first time impression. I mean, they may not even notice it. You know, some people have to go back and watch things many times. But it just, again, little fun things like that just make it all come together so good and complements the overall production of the video or mod or game or whatever you want to call this. For now, since I'm just watching it through like YouTube and stuff, it's referring to a video, but I know it's a mod/game. Now he starts actually singing and talking. You get to see different animation you didn't see before. And the song here, even though it's near the end, it takes another turn. Almost consider a phase 4 like the final like enrage timer of a boss, but it's really cool. And I'll pause a couple more times because there will be a bunch of artistic stuff going on, and I'll just pause as they come along. Right, oh, the flash when he says, "I'll make you how proud." The mirror behind him shatters, and it's a white big flash again. He's just singing how to make this scene impactful, because if we didn't have that, the song would still feel, it'd still be good, but it'd just be dark and gloomy. So this just is like a little shock, a change. And it really just lines up the whole atmosphere. Even though he's still singing and, you know, this game, this song, whatever's still going on, it just livens it up a lot. Just, again, by a little flash, essentially just a light flash. But the mirror behind him also cracks, so that's just, I don't know, I'm loving all of it. And I accidentally hit play pause. Double speed? I don't know, so we'll just go back. No, we don't want double speed, we want normal speed. I'll just go back. And now it's going into this background. The whole environment changes. You know, the whole hallway, checkered ground, mirrors and everything disappears. It's just really focusing on him. It's almost like, I don't know, like Chrono Trigger, where you travel through time or like dimensions. So just some nether world or nether realm stuff. But either way, he's singing now. You see more of his face, different frames of animation, different perspectives and angles of the character. And again, they didn't have to do this. You could have did the same thing, but they really went, I feel, over the top, in a good way, of course, that they really want to make this stick out. This wasn't just some quickly made mod or, you know, let's just make a quick thing. There was a lot of time and care and love put into this. And it just keeps going on and on near the end. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And then we'll just continue and see more of the visuals. Okay, right there, he turns around, super big smile. His body's like backwards, like he rotates his upper body all the way. So his upper body is now completely backwards. I know that was just really goofy, but really cool. Again, they could have made him just turn around normally, but they chose to essentially like basically dislocate his body. And again, it just little things like that is so cool. In fact, we're gonna watch that again. And there you see a little red flash. See if I can get it on the frame. Some people said this might have been like girlfriend or something. I don't know. Again, that's lore stuff, but again, still artistic choice. Screens, white flash, little red apparition, ghost, whatever spirit you want to call it, or just even just red, but you know, that's for more speculation, but just really adds to it because the whole theme of this is really dark. Very low tone in colors, dark hallway. So just seeing any type of flash like this is cool, but when you play it normally, it just looks like maybe like a little fire spark of life came out of him. But either way, just again, many artistic choices. And then I like the black and white monochrome like cell shade or comic book style shading here. Just again, even though it's all in a flash, you only see it over the course of maybe a second, maybe 2 seconds. It's still really cool to add so much flavor to this whole production. And then the little cosmic background thing, I don't know, it's just so cool. And then now he's biting his teeth. Or biting his, yeah, just biting down. And it's really cool to see more frames of animation and different frames of him. Because, you know, most of the song or game or match or whatever, you see this basic 4 or 5. It was really cool. They did like a little, basically they inserted a little video into that, even though it's already technically like a music video. But just for that ending, they put in a music video. And all the colors are gone, so it's all just blue and dark shades of blue. Okay, and overall, that was really cool. Had monochrome colors at the end. Everyone like kind of lost their colors. Like, let's dance for the rest of eternity. I don't know, but it was just, and the whole thing was really cool. Really good production, and then artistic choices left and right, just reeking of flavor, but like in a good way. When I say reeking, it's just like fuming with artistic and style. And I don't know. I can see why this is such a big hit, or maybe why it went viral. Even I was more hooked on the actual audio of the song. Then as I listened to it more and watched more of the video, I just thought it was cool, but then started breaking it down. Like, okay, there's all these little cool things that just all, I think, really complement and add to the overall value of everything. I mean, I know it's mostly the song itself and the gameplay and just everything, but I just really think the art side of it really, really, really helped out. And often, people talk about music reactions, which I totally get, or that, or people will try to break down lore, but I haven't seen much about artwork breakdowns. And this isn't like a technical breakdown analysis of the artwork and talk about color theory, compositions. This is just why I think it was cool and how these little things just added and complemented the overall video in a sense. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to make some more of these in the future. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like the video if you can, and yeah. And for future videos, we'll be doing tarot talk and discussion of the artwork of tarot cards. And see you next time.